This is the 7th of March, 2018. Just read an article on the Rebel Wire. Trump DOJ sues California over interference with immigration enforcement. The Trump Justice Department filed a lawsuit Tuesday night against California, saying 3 recently passed state laws were deliberately interfering with federal immigration policies. It marked the latest legal and political confrontation with the nation's most populous state, which the federal government says has repeatedly stood in the way of its plans to step up enforcement actions in the workplace and against criminal aliens. Quote, "The Department of Justice and Trump administration are going to fight these unjust, unfair, and unconstitutional policies," Attorney General Jeff Sessions was expected to tell California law enforcement officers on Wednesday. Quote, "We're fighting to make your job safer and to help you reduce crime in America." The state's Democratic Governor, Jerry Brown, fired back, quote, "At a time of unprecedented political turmoil." Hey, Jerry, who's causing all that turmoil? You whacked out Democrats are the one that are causing all the turmoil, aren't you? Huh? Jeff Sessions has come to California to further divide and polarize America. Jeff, these political stunts may be norm in Washington, but they won't work here. Sad. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Federal officials are seeking an injunction to immediately block enforcement of the 3 California laws, each enacted within the past year. One of those laws offers additional worker protection against federal immigration enforcement actions, senior Justice Department officials have said. It's prevented companies from voluntarily cooperating with immigration and custom enforcement, ICE officials. That whacked out Attorney General in California, Xavier Becerra, well, I'm going to attach another link where they're actually going to punish and prosecute company owners that provide information about illegal immigrants working in their companies. Twice. So they're going to charge them for a crime based on the laws that they made to protect illegals. Absolutely insane. Employers are mandated under the law to demand ICE agents present a warrant or subpoena before entering certain areas of the premises or when accessing some employee records. Some companies have complained they feel torn between trying to comply with seemingly contradictory state and federal statutes, since penalties for non-compliance can be steep from both entities. How nuts is that, huh? These whacked out Democratic governors and lawmakers. Another state law dubbed known by critics as the Sanctuary State Bill protects immigrants without legal residency by limiting state and municipal cooperation with the feds, including what information can be shared about illegal immigrant inmates. A third law gives state officials the power to monitor and inspect immigrant detention facilities, either run directly by or contracted through the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The Justice Department has said it's confident the Constitution's Supremacy Clause gives it broad authority to supersede state law that it says interferes with its immigration and enforcement obligation. Hey Jeff, if that's true, why don't you enforce the no marijuana law, huh? I mean, if what you just said is true, the Justice Department has said it's confident the Constitution's Supremacy Clause gives it broad authority to supersede state law that says to interfere with its immigration enforcement obligations. You can stop them selling weed too, can't you? Huh? I mean, that's what this tells me. What's it tell you? Still, state officials in the past have cited the 10th Amendment guarantee of states not being compelled to enforce federal laws. We've seen this B-rated movie before, so we're not totally surprised California Attorney General Xavier Becerra said in response to their new lawsuit. Huh? You think this guy's Hispanic with a name like Xavier Becerra? Huh? He's not Polish, not Hungarian, not Czechoslovakian. He's got to be Hispanic. The Justice Department is also reviewing Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf's decision to warn off an immigration sweep in advance, which ICE said allowed hundreds of immigrants to escape detention. Well, they also put the ICE agents in danger. Oakland is a city of immigrants. Well, Oakland set the record for the most crimes, murder, rapes, you name it. That's Oakland. We will continue to exercise our legal right to exist as a sanctuary city. You should have said is a sanctuary criminal city. We will continue to inform all residents about their constitutional rights, and we will continue to support California's sanctuary status. The Democratic mayor responded. An estimated 2.5 million immigrants are believed to be in California illegally. You want to bet there's a whole lot more than that? In the most recent figures, ICE has reported about 16% of its enforcement apprehensions take place in that state. The latest legal action by the Trump administration is part of an aggressive push to enforce existing immigration laws, with Sessions in previous remarks citing a porous U.S. border with Mexico and the threat of criminal activity by immigrant gangs. Hey, Jeff, it's not a threat. Come on, wake the hell up. What kind of threat? They're committing countless crimes. Federal officials repeatedly have cited the case of Kate Steinle, shot to death by an illegal alien and a 7-time felon in San Francisco, one of 35 communities in the state declaring itself a sanctuary city. The Justice Department in January threatened California and other states with subpoenas and a loss of grant money, and repeatedly failing to respond to requests for immigration compliance under a federal law known as Section 1373. Federal officials would not say whether other states were at risk of similar lawsuits over the alleged noncompliance with immigration laws. I got to believe that if they haven't been yet, they will be, and I got to believe that they're all whacked up blue states. According to ICE enforcement action last month on businesses in Los Angeles area netted 212 people arrested for violating federal immigration laws, 88% of whom were convicted criminals, officials said. You know who should be really, really upset? Are the honest, law-abiding citizens in California, because their whacked out liberal government is putting their lives in danger. And at the same time, California has one of the most ridiculous stringent gun laws. Absolutely insane. Yet all of these politicians have 24/7 armed protection. Their lives matter. Ours don't. We'll see how this thing unfolds. It's definitely interesting. And again, the people that should be really pissed are the law-abiding citizens in California. But then again, how do these jackasses get into power? They're elected by the whacked out, dumbass Democrats. That's sort of what I think. I'll attach the link. Actually, I might not, because I read you the entire article. Thanks for listening.